What up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Welcome to Late Night Live number 113, where tonight we are creating pieces for a scrapbook. I was going to say we're creating a scrapbook, but we're not creating a scrapbook. We're creating pieces for a scrapbook. Hello, Odors Winnie. What's going on, Marilyn? Nice to see both of you. Yeah. Alright. Pressure's on today. I gotta make something. I gotta make pretty things today. Hello, Benny. Welcome. And I had, I guess, confession. I can't find, I have a folder of like favorite vintage pieces, not like printouts and copies of vintage pieces. And I can't find it. In my travels in disheveled apartmentness, I can't seem to find them. So I don't know where they are. So I'm gonna have to be referencing my phone and my website and all that kind of stuff to find the pieces that we're gonna replicate today. I mean, it's not a big deal. They're around here somewhere. I was planning on having those to be using to replicate tonight, but I can't find them. What's going on, Skeet? Nice to see you. What up, All-Star Win? Nice to see everybody. It's been a long time. So if you guys saw in my stories the other day, I was doing some live ornamental penmanship at an event. It was a hip-hop event. I gotta tell you, it's a whole different world. I don't do rapid ornamental penmanship very often on site. That is a whole different world. But it was a lot of fun. Pressure is definitely on when you have people there watching you doing the rapid stuff. I slowed down a couple times, but it didn't feel right. So I had to go fast. It was a lot of fun though. So if you guys have favorite pieces or things like that you think I should replicate, or not even replicate, if there are poems or sayings that you guys think should go in this little mini scrapbook that I'm putting together. Oops. Better. In-person calligraphy events are very fun. I've done many with foiling and doing slower ornamental penmanship, but I've never done one where I'm actually using movement writing and going rapid. It's definitely a higher level of pressure than I'm used to. I mean, similar to being, like on a late night live, but don't just do something, stand there. You can do that one. I gotta make sure I'm super warmed up tonight. Hello, Jan. What nib do I use for the drills? I use a Hunt 101 for pretty much everything. But I use a sharpened Hunt 101, but like when I was doing on-site work, I was using an unsharpened Hunt 101 just because it wouldn't catch into the paper quite as much. But for most everything, I use the Hunt 101. I recommend whatever nib you're going to be using for the writing, to use that for the drills as well, because there's no sense doing drills with something. I mean, unless you're a beginner and you're getting used to having a light hand and that kind of stuff, then you can use a different nib or even a pencil for drills. But at a point, you're going to have to do your writing at the same speed and whatnot as your drills, so you might as well just use the same tool as far as I'm concerned. Because then if it snags during your, if it snags during your drills, it's also going to snag during your writing and vice versa. So I wonder if I should make one of those, I guess, essentially pictures that they used to make out of drill work, cascading ovals and things like that. I've never actually done one of those. It's not super complicated to sharpen a nib, but I will say, Jet, it's not a necessary thing. Like if you use a Leonard Principle EF nib, that's going to give you the same point, essentially, as a sharpened Hunt 101. So there are plenty of options out there. If you don't know how to sharpen a nib, or yeah, I don't think everybody needs to sharpen nibs. I do it just because I want the sharpest of the sharpest point possible, but it's not something I feel like everybody has to do. That's awesome, Marilyn. Once it starts getting in your system, things come out of the hand pretty smooth usually. Warm up, warm up, warm up. Those are two very good nibs. Actually, right here, there's a box of 56s and a box of 22s. Not 22Bs though, I guess. Vintage 22s. That I acquired recently. Yes, All-Star Win. Tonight's gonna be, I'm gonna try to do some ornamental penmanship pieces. Hello, Olivia. Nice to see you. I'm gonna do a couple of this standard, like there's the poem "Count That Day Lost," which I will do, and there is a few pieces I've done in the past that I'm gonna try to replicate again for the scrapbook. Then we'll do some signatures, like some of the more popular ones. Just some everything I create tonight will not end up in the little scrapbook, but I will try to do some pieces to add to the little scrapbook. For those of you who don't know, I mentioned it on my Instagram. I'm trying to create some pieces for a little scrapbook that will be donated to the Iampith silent auction in July. Ah, thank you very much. Just Winnie. Now I'm scared. That means I have to do excellence next year in illumination, which is the excellence one is nerve-wracking. Because it has to be even cleaner and better than the proficiency. I'm eager to find out sort of the guidelines or what they need me to do. Not honestly sure yet. I'm not sure if anybody has done, maybe somebody has. I don't know anybody that's done the excellence and the illumination yet. It is the total 6th one for me. 4 proficiencies so far and 2 excellence. Thank you very much, DT. And we'll see. You never know. I failed them in the past. Anything could happen. Fourth proficiency, no. So I did Spencerian, Engrosser Script, Rapid Old English, and then Illumination. So next year, if I have time and if things go to plan, I will try for... I'll put most of my focus on the Illumination Excellence. And if I get that done good, then I might do... what is it? Proficiency in Retouched Old English. That is the game plan anyways. I never really stick to the game plan, so you never know what might happen. But... kink there. That's better. Oops, sorry, got out of frame there for a sec. Well, yeah, and one day I will do... I mean, I've admitted before my Spencerian was not movement written. It's not shaky, but it was done at a controlled speed, at a slower controlled speed. So one day I would like to do Spencerian with movement writing. But before I do that, I will probably do... I will probably do business penmanship. I don't think it actually means written rapid, it just means unretouched, basically. It's very similar to the retouched one. I think it's kind of silly that there are 2 proficiency levels in it, but that's the way it is. It's very beautiful to look at, that's for sure. Alright. What capitals? We'll do a count that day lost piece first, or attempt, which has a capital C in it. It has a V in it. Oh wait, there's also a W in it. Oops. Keep writing under my face cam. And there's an N in it. I don't know if I should use that N or a more standard N for this one. Decisions. So lower crease practice real quick. That's good, Marilyn. That means your eye is learning. That's important. And it's a thing that naturally comes, which is great. Hello, Manish. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. There's a hair on my nib currently. I'm too lazy to stop. Creatrium. Okay, now do I want to get a reference of a Count That Day Lost poem? I'm probably going to be using the same V that Madaraz used in his, I think. Yeah, that'll get you for sure, Marilyn. Okay. Now, I don't have my printout of Count That Day Lost, so I'm going to go to my website, MrMGWard.com. Why can't my site be reached? What's happening here? Is my webpage down? What? Can anybody else get to my website? My webpage is dead. What? That's not supposed to ever happen. No. I'll go into my Google Drive, I guess. Weird. Why is my website? You can? Oh, so just my phone is messed up? I'll restart my phone real quick. That's bizarre. Bizarre. While my phone is restarting, I will keep practicing and warming up. What other pieces should we do? We'll do Count That Day Lost. We'll do... oh, maybe that one, Kind Hearts or something. The one that's all the K's that Madaraz does. Maybe. We'll do CP Zahner's signature. We'll get a good copy of that one. annoyingly, this was just a warm-up, but I'm pretty sure that's one of the best CP Xander signatures I've ever done. That's not perfect, but that's one of the better renditions. That just kind of happened. What up, Lurker James? How you doing? Oh, that's annoying. Now I want there to be nothing else around it, because that was a good one. Whoops. Well, that's, I guess, testament to, I say it all the time, when you're warmed up doing ornamental penmanship, the less you try, the better it works sometimes, because you stay relaxed and you can flow. How's your evening going, Lurker James? What are you cooking tonight? Oh, I guess that part of my website doesn't auto-update, and I'm supposed to go in every week and do that. Whoops. It won't load on my phone. MrMGWard.com. That's my website, right? What the heck? Okay, I come up in Google. Okay, and when I click the link, I can get to my website. Weird. Very strange. Alright, let's go to my website. We'll go to archives. Let's go to business educator snippets. Snippets. I'm actually gonna... Oh, I don't have them as a downloadable PDF in here. Okay, that's fine. I don't have this PDF on my phone. Scroll down till I see... Oh yeah, we're gonna do some of these pieces. I was gonna say a bunch, but I don't know if I have time to do however many of them, but we're gonna do some of them. Ooh, we'll do that Friends piece. Lupfer's Friends piece. We'll try to do that one. Oh, there's a lot of good. Ooh, there's one called Scrapbook. We should do that one since we're making a scrapbook. But stick to the task at hand, Mike. Find a Count That Day Lost piece. Count That Day Lost. There's gotta be one in here somewhere. Come on. Well, there's one, but it's not very good. Easy to see. It's M.A. Albans. Sorry. Riveting television or riveting entertainment tonight. Hello, Fozzie. How's it going? Really? There's only one Count That Day Lost piece in here? I have like a whole folder of those. Alright, we're just gonna go for it. We won't copy anybody's specific formatting. Ooh, ballet, ballet. Fun. This one just a little bit, so I'm not out of frame. Not the best, but we're gonna roll with it. Did 3 different teas so far. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Too long on that. Why? Oh. Doing the one that has the loop under the baseline? I never do that one. I've started using that for the capital A sometimes these days. Hello, Xenia. Welcome, welcome. I realize I've been doing this a whole bunch, and I spell who's wrong every time. I always do WHO''S, which is not correct, I don't think. Slow descending sun, views at thy hand. Making sure I'm spelling all of these correctly. Yeah, this nib, it's a very old used Hunt 101 that makes very easily very, very big shades. I have to be careful though, because there are certain letters that I can't shade as much. So for example, like this C is much heavier shaded than the W, which I would rather they were either the W was heavier or the C was a little bit lighter. The C should technically be a little bit lighter. Hello, Lori. How are you? Yeah, V. Oh, that's supposed to be an S. Oops. There we go. Views at thy hand. No worthy action done. Yes, Jan. Let me just finish this one and then I can do a little demo for you or show you from the side. No worthy action done. Not the smoothest shade on that one. Oops. Worthy action done. think we'll do a nice big exit shade. Like the traditional way. Sweet. That turned out not too shabby. Not perfect, but that's okay. Can't complain. No major crazy errors. Spacing a little inconsistent, but that's alright. So Jen, there technically isn't really there's not like a right or wrong way of holding the pen. There is recommended and not so recommended, but it depends. If you're wanting to do rapid ornamental penmanship like this, here, zoom out a little bit. If you're wanting to do rapid work like this, most people, like how you'd hold a regular, just like a regular pen or a pencil or something, you would have this type of a grip or this type of a position, and you can hold an oblique holder that exact same, and you can flourish, but you'll notice the angle that my nib is at versus the angle of what my writing I want to be at. I want my nib to be either at the angle of the slant, or if I'm being 100% honest, I know most of the time we're taught in the book, say, to go the angle of the writing. I like my nib to be even more angled than my writing usually. It just seems to give me a better result when I do that way. So with my grip this way, I would have to turn my page quite a bit more in order to acquire that much angle, which is totally fine. When I write slower, this is how I write when I'm going slower, and so I have to turn my page more. So you can use this if this is what's comfortable. If you want a little bit more freedom of movement, because with this position, the entire hand or side of your hand is on the desk. This is what you'd use traditionally for something like engrosser script or English roundhand or something. You could also turn your knuckles up, which this is what would be considered what we call a traditional grip. This is a traditional knuckles up grip for ornamental penmanship. So you're essentially gliding on, if not this edge of this fingernail, just this first pad of your pinky finger, basically. So you're gliding there. This is the grip that I use, because you'll notice when I hold the pen this way, unlike, if we notice the change of the nib angle, unlike this way, when I hold a traditional grip, I don't have to turn my paper quite as much. So I personally like a traditional grip because it has no tension in it. It has a lot of freedom of movement. It makes making the shades really, really easy. All it requires is a quick pinch with the thumb and finger to get your shade. And yeah, so that's the grip that I use most of the time for ornamental penmanship. All right, we're gonna put this piece of paper away so I don't do what I always do and write over top of it and ruin it. But there, we have a piece that can go into our little scrapbook, which is nice. Put that in a good pot. And as I reach over there, I see my full mug of tea and realize that I have not drank any tea yet. Okay. Yeah, I see what I feel what you're saying, Fozzie, about the C. That some people can't read it as a C when it has the exit stroke that goes over the baseline. I sometimes think of it as when it has a really big one, loop underneath. I kind of think of it sometimes as like a C with a really big underbite, which makes me chuckle when I write it. Hello, Annie. Welcome. Okay, what should we do next? Maybe I should do, well, Zayner's signature, since I knocked it out once already and it was okay. Here, let's zoom back in here. I want to go all the way. That might be too close. That's probably good. here so I can get focus. Focus on that, please. I'm gonna do this letter again at some point. The famous Monteros letter by E.W. Bloser. Write that one at some point this evening, I think. Give it a shot. For the scrapbook. Alright, CP Zahner. The less I try, the better I do. The less I try, the better I do. Ugly shade. No sense continuing because it doesn't look good. It's not going in the scrapbook if it doesn't have a good shade on the P. Round of an ending that I would like. It works, I suppose. I've been working on my capital C's a lot lately, and it's like anything, when I focus on something, the other things that I used to focus on tend to not suffer, but they're just not as clean as they sometimes, or as they used to be. That's a bit long of a shade, but it still looks good. No good. Oh, YouTube has reactions? there was a thing too where there's like fancy emojis and stuff that could be activated, but I think they cost money. So I did not activate them. Let's try that one again. New plaything. I don't think I see them when you use them, because I'm not in YouTube at the moment. I'm in my broadcasting software. So I don't know if you use reactions and whatnot, if I can see them. I guess the replay, you'd be able to see them. Alright, let's go back to this. I need to find a copy of Zahner's signature in my snippets, maybe, to try to replicate. Because I feel like I'm doing it a little bit wackadoo at the moment. Oh, some of these, like I want to do like that EC Wanmer one that we did for the basically all the Sig Sling and Sunday ones I would love to do. But I don't know if I have the the patience to re-review all those signatures today. Some of them maybe. This is probably one of the most confusing signatures that I've ever done. I love this signature so much. And not super confusing, but I genuinely don't know where they started it. There are multiple places they could have started it. Brian and I, years ago, hung out for hours working on this one together. Starting in multiple places. It's such a It's such a good one. Aside from the fact that I don't like this bee on Barler, I don't like that version of the bee that doesn't close on the bottom, but I love this image. It's a good one. Okay, CP Zayner, where are you in here? I must have a copy of your signature in my snippets. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Since I couldn't find my snippets folder that guaranteed would have one in it. Is there not one? There isn't one. What? Here, I can just Google CP Zayner. How about that? That'll bring it up. CP Zayner signature. Unorganized. Search images. There's what we want. These are all bad quality. Oh well, this is good enough. This is the one we're gonna follow. Not the best quality image, but it gives me the idea. Which is my finest fountain pen? Probably this one. This is my Shown Pocket 6 with a nib ground by Gina at Custom Nib Studio. And the nib is very... Oh, it's a little dry at the moment. It's coming out finer than it normally would because it's a little dry. Just a sec. That's not a good representation of how it actually writes, because I would love if it wrote like that all the time, but it does not. It's not quite that dry. It's dry, but not that dry. Or it's fine, rather, but not that fine. Let's see. Let's try this again. That's better. Or that's more accurate. Except it feels like it's finer than that. Oops, lock focus. Now I feel like there's water. I dipped it in water. It feels like there's water in there. Something like so. What up, Peter? What up, Z? How's it going, Zed? Nice to see you. Yeah, that might be my finest. Now I don't know, because it also could be... I have 3 that are extremely fine. I don't even know. I might have de-inked these while I was traveling. I don't remember if I took the ink out or if I just let them... Oh no, maybe I just left them here to dry. Oops. That's not how you spell sailor. I think this one is actually finer than my Shown Pocket 6, it requires a lighter hand from me. When Gina did this one for me, they definitely said they wouldn't hand this pen to somebody or to most people because this one is like, there's a lot of feedback. It is quite, most people would call it borderline scratchy. Which for me is great. I love it. But for a lot of people it would be tough. Do I use a converter? I usually use just an empty ink cartridge that I fill with a syringe from the bottle. Sailor extra fine nibs are probably, I would say, the most popular or favorite of the extra fine stock nibs. This is not stock. This is highly, highly customized. Oh, Peter, that's too bad. That's an opportunity missed. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, they've done a number of nibs for me over the years. At the Philly Pen Show, I always take advantage of the fact that they're there. And then there's this one that was done by Mike Masuyama. Oh, might be a little dry. It is dry as well. These have been sitting since I've been traveling and haven't been used very much in the past few months. The Pocket 6 is the only one that travels with me. That's my my pocket pen that just goes everywhere with me in my backpack. Oh no, there's something in there. There's a hair or a fiber. Get out. I can see you. Get out. There we go. No fibers allowed. Dizzy Bunny? Did I hear the Dizzy Bunny? I haven't heard the Dizzy Bunny in a long time. I didn't see the Dizzy Bunny, I was looking down. That means we got a new follower. I didn't see who you were, but welcome if you're here. How does what go on, Fozzie? Dizzy Bunny. We haven't had a Disney Bunny in a long time. That went off during my Andre. Sweet. Welcome, Andre. The Dizzy Bunny went off during my first class with Mont Blanc when I did the session with them. And, whoops, that was not supposed to happen. Yeah, Fozzie, that's new followers to the YouTube account. Get the Dizzy Bunny, which is fun. Okay, back to CP Zahner here. So he does a really big horizontal entry underneath. Okay, we can do that. Try to get a good one for this scrapbook. I'll try it a couple times. If it's not working, I'll do something else that has some lowercase letters that aren't. Signatures are pretty pressure heavy. It's potentially better that I do those on my own where I can be completely focused. It's hard to focus on writing when I'm on stream. Oh, I didn't come low enough. We're gonna keep going anyways. Hardly crossed the P. I don't actually own any Twisbies. Oh, he uses a different exit stroke than I was using in this one. I don't think I like that exit quite as much. What do you mean you don't get anything, Fozzie? We just get dizzy. I guess you were, I think, a follower before I started doing the Dizzy Bunny. Before he was a thing. We'll call that passable. It's not perfect, but I'm gonna move on to something with a little more body in it than a signature right now. What should we do next? Any piece requests? I'm debating. I recently ordered, and I'm usually not a super fan of ordering like the Chinese replicas of pens, but I ordered the new Moon Man or Mahjong A2, which is like the Pilot Vanishing Point of the Decimo, but the reason I got it is that it's not resin, so it's lighter. So I ordered it, and I'm planning on using, if I like the feel of it, the nib that's in my Decimo in it. And then I might actually try to grind the fountain. I don't grind fountain pen nibs very often, but the extra fine or the fine that comes with it, I might attempt to grind that into an extra fine. It might not work, but I'm curious. I might give it a shot. Ooh, Warren, I don't know if I have a Tamblyn signature in me right now. I think I want to do something that has like body in it. I know I've done it in a stream before, but in this scrapbook, I don't have to do it tonight, but I do want to do this piece again. Every time you make a better try to make it as that Lupfer piece, I do want to do that one, but I think I'm going to go back to the snippets page on my website and pick something that's not a signature. I think I want to pick, and these they don't have to be exactly like the reference photo, but I want to pick a piece in here that looks nice. There were a couple that have to do with writing that would be nice to put in a scrapbook. There is nothing so kingly as kindness, and nothing so royal as truth. I like that. We could do that one. Oh no, this scrapbook. Scrapbooks of original specimens and prints are inspiring to penmen and encourage better work. Start one. I'm gonna do that, and we're gonna put it in a scrapbook. Now, unfortunately, this starts with a capital S, so here's the piece that I'm talking about. That's what we're going to try to replicate. Wait, no, there it is. Sorry. Try to do that one. I'm going to do it on, well, in black ink on white paper, though. I might switch to white ink later, but I'm enjoying black ink for the time being. Okay, let's do this snippet. Where did it go? There it is. Okay. We gotta practice our capital S real quick. Get that ironed out. Okay, this is not the piece. I'm just gonna try to do some S's. Smooth out the shade, please. A little better. Oh, crooked. Why is that shade not smooth? That's the shade we want. Yeah, just like those ones. One. Rabbit holes are fun. Might as well fall down one. No real reason not to. There's what we want. That last one. Oh, I wasn't even in frame when I did it. That's what we want. That's what we want. Yeah, to rabbit holes, I say dive in. Keep going anyways. Got a little weird shape at the top there, but we'll keep going anyway, so we have something here. scrapbooks. That's good to know, Warren. I've never used one. Not quite centered. Oops. And encourage better work. Oops. Snappy nib. Tells me I'm gripping too hard. Start one. paper moved. Yeah. Not a fan of piston fillers, Fozzie? Why not? Okay. Oh, paper. Okay, what next? What next? Why don't you like cartridges, Fozzie? They fit more ink than a converter. That's my biggest issue with converters. If they don't fit a lot of ink, because the whole piston's gotta fit in there. I like refilling cartridges with syringes. I don't like buying cartridges. Oh, you also don't like converters. So what do you like? Eyedroppers? The only eyedroppers I have are vintage. Okay, what should we do next? Should we try to do this every time a piece again? I know we've done this during a live before. This is huge. Maybe I'll try it again. It's been a while. Oh, that's stressful to do that whole thing. How did I do it last time? Lowercase letters and then capital? No, I had to have just done the capital. I do feel like I have to take notes of where I'm going to be writing. Alright, Fozzie, thanks for hanging out. See you later. This piece might be a little daunting for me tonight. Yes. I've decided. It's a little daunting. I'm gonna do the Mataraz letter instead. Ooh, happy International Yoga Day. Or Day of Yoga. Number. So far, so good. Ish. Am I buffering? I know the video, the chat disconnected for a little bit, so there might have been some connection issues for a sec. Am I choppy today? I need to get better at numbers. Numbers always stress me out. And I'm writing way too close to the right side of the page, unfortunately. Oh, nib snap. That ruined it. Oh well, I'm gonna keep going. I always forget how small you have to write to actually do this piece. To get the spacing right, and I don't think I'm writing small enough yet. But to keep going or to stop is the question. I think we're just going to keep going. I used the wrong R for all of these. I've habitually started using the running R all the time. So now, when I use the running R, well, Blozer didn't use it in this piece. So whoops. Won't be a replica so much as just my version. Oof, my lowercase letters are not very consistent right now. Uh-oh. I'm writing too big. I'm gonna run out of space. This one might be a wash depending on how this line ends. I'm writing way too big. Yep. It's over. I don't have room for a "the" before I run out of paper. Okay. Well, we tried. Moving on to something else. I'll take another stab at that one at a later time. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do? Well, there are Zahner's signatures in here. Ooh, we could do this one by Darner. Excellence in writing is attained through right living, intelligent, systematic practice, and the study of the best models, which can be obtained. Darner. I think I'm going to do that one. First, I'm going to clean my nib, take a look at it under the loupe, because it is looking a little scratchy, or is feeling rather a little scratchy. One of those snaps might have sent it slightly out of alignment. They are definitely old-timey. You are correct. That's how they talked back then. Should be fine. It's not misaligned. Which can only mean that the scratchiness is my fault. Okay. Let's practice our capital E first. If we're gonna do this one, we gotta have a nice clean capital E. Too far to the left. Snap, snap, snap. That's what we want. There we go. Those are better. I do believe, next week. No, I'm not gonna be home next week. Dang, I'm gonna be gone again. I didn't think I was gonna be gone next week, but a couple days ago, I think it got confirmed that I have to go to Kelowna. So, I might be able to do a session, but I'll probably just do it on the Discord or whatnot, because I won't be at home next week. So many missed weeks this summer. That's the one we want. But I gotta get all my travel and everything. I mean, it's work travel, but I gotta get all that stuff done before I go to, before I leave for Iampic. I gotta figure out how Darner starts the shade on his E so late. I always get that weird shape when I try to do that. Let's see if we can't iron that out. Should be no different than an O, just like doing that. But it never works the same. Yeah. We did too long on that one. Nope. You should hop in there. It's a good time. Always lots of fun stuff going on the Discord. Issue is applying the weight in the shade. It shouldn't be an issue. That's what we want. Okay. Okay, so far so good. A good exercise or method to practice to keep a consistent slant. I mean, aside from just doing drills on slant, the biggest thing, like, it's repetition basically on slant. So if are you thinking specifically for lowercase letters or capital letters? Which are you thinking of tackling, or which are you having the issues with? That's good. These are better. Making progress. Okay, so if it's the T, specifically with the T, like ascenders for me are the ones that it's getting that habitual stroke, so you do it over and over again till, regardless of what your paper angle is, it's basically like if I change my paper, all of my ascenders are just going to be more vertical, or if I turn my paper the other direction, all of my ascenders are going to be much more slanted, because the movement itself that's the habit, that's the doing it on the slant. So the issue that happens with the T and the D, more often than not, or quite often with lowercase letters, is we're used to doing we have this nice flow for our ascenders on a slant. I'm a little bit more angled than my slant here. So it's our pull downstroke. Oftentimes that ends up being kind of inconsistent and all over the place. So it's really setting up your paper where you want it to be, where it's a comfortable spot, and then practicing first just those downstrokes, keeping those consistent, and then getting that shade and pull. We tend to go a little bit quicker on that pull, which we don't have to, but habitually normally it does happen. We want to make sure that we're still pulling. Like you can see, that one's a little more vertical, that one's a little more angled. So that's kind of where it can happen. It's getting that pull so it's always pulling in the same direction, in the exact same direction. So taking the push pulls and then breaking them down into just pulling that shade. So that, like you can see, this one here is the one that's off a little bit on those ones, but for the most part you get them all nice and on the same slant. Think less about, like if you do your undercurve to start and come up here, think less about where you're placing and aiming for this bit, and more about, you do your undercurve, you naturally go up on the slant, and then you're naturally going to pull down to the slant. So you want that pull down, that habitual pull, to always be the same. And normally when it's just monoline hairline, that's a lot easier. Than when closing that shade, it can tend to get thrown in all different sort of directions. So start with just pulling a hairline, then add a little bit of weight. Then you can add a little bit more weight. I mean, you won't usually do them that thick, but just so you get the tines sort of closing at the same. Well, you're not alone there, Peter. I think that's one of the things. I think that gets a lot of people. It plagues a lot of people, myself included. And even, we take a perfect example, is this letter, which is known as one of the best letters. But if we look at this D in offhand, I mean, yes, it comes after 3 beautiful ascenders and 2 beautiful descenders, but if you look at the slant on the P, which matches the slant on this Q and this D here is much more vertical. So they made mistakes too. So it's just about getting that downstroke to be consistent. I tend to make my downstrokes, my pull strokes, more slanted than the rest of my writing, which can be on the annoying side. And I realize that when I do, like, naturally, when I do a, say, like a capital Y, where this is very angled, so this downstroke already, you can see my downstroke versus my 52-degree slant line is much more slanted. So that's and that's because I think hinge comes into play in my forearm a little bit, where you have to be conscious of where your downstroke is if you want to be on the 52 or wherever you want to live. You have to be conscious of pulling down on the 52, and then same thing down on the 52. So it's nice and smooth. But it's one of those things where if you go into habit, you'll oftentimes get something that's much more like so. Which isn't a bad thing, just more stylized, a little more moderate, I guess. But yeah, just practicing that pull. And if it's always super, super off, maybe realizing that if it's not something that you can fix, then you could always potentially change your paper angle. But I find that what makes it more slanted is usually because we're going and we sort of use a little bit of hinge movement rather than our push-pull movement when we do those big downstrokes. Which, if you want to use hinge movement, that's fine. Then you just have to move your paper or write at an angle that works for that. But if you want to stay on the in this case 52, you got to use that push-pull and not the hinge. So you get a nice 52-degree slant letter. It's a nice shade. Happy with that one. I should do a quote with a Y in it. Like Y's today. I do not like E's. Come on, we were smooth for a sec. Where did the smoothness go? There we go. Oh, always the smoothest ones. I do out of frame. Yeah, be cautious of that if you're doing your push-pulls with a hinge. I mean, you can do that, but I would advise doing them so it's more of the push-pull motion and less of the forearm hinge motion. And you can use both in your writing, but depending on which one you choose and the angle of your paper can drastically affect the angle of your downstroke. Okay, let's try to write this thing. I don't think I have enough room on this page. Can't believe Iampeth is in like, what is it, 3-4 weeks? That's so soon. Gotta hurry up and make this scrapbook. That'll work. Now, the way he wrote this excellence, you guys can see it. It's a little more, it's like super, super lightly shaded versus the rest of the lowercase are just standard shaded. What happened? Why did it get to, oh, I clicked on it. Now. I lost it. Where did it go? Here we go. All right, it is even a little bit larger X height than the rest of the thing. I will party extra hard for you. I wish you could be there. I think it's gonna be a bit of a smaller one this year. There are quite a number of people who I think aren't able to make it this one, which happens. Right. Tall enough. And I got weird spacing with the L's. But that's okay for now. Call this a practice. Excellent in writing is oh, am I on autofocus? Sorry. Oh, these letters are so exact in this piece. Yes, of course, Xenia. I write in block capitals every day. For example, there's sticky notes all over my desk. That is my everyday handwriting. Or, I guess it's not handwriting. That is my everyday, how I write all the time. Very, very tiny block capitals. Always. I never write cursive or printing unless I'm doing penmanship specifically. Whoops. Messing up a few times here. Lurker Peter. Oh, his line spacings. If I do this again, I need to space it 3 times, I think. Shickled PD. Space. What's your cat's name, Peter? Link cute. Oops. Don't worry, I haven't posted since February. Aside from stories, and I've only posted a handful of those. Too tall of an H. Oh, this is a weird size for me to write at. You should post. Or just post in the Discord. Why, ha? You can post in the Discord. Anybody can post in the Discord. Lori did last week. Alright, Lori. See you in a few weeks. Have a good night. Oh, Darner uses the capital D, but I'm not very good at. I don't really have enough space for it, so I gotta leave an extra line, which is gonna be weird. A little bit. That wasn't fast enough. Well, it's far from perfect. But from afar, it looks okay. If you squint your eyes. This will not be the one that goes in the scrapbook, but this was a good practice piece. Of course, the scrapbook needs one of these. I didn't finish on the baseline. Whoops. Messed up the shade of my J. Gotta try again. Don't know if I don't like that J either. It's gotta go on the inside here. Like that. Yeah. Early sleepers. Not that early. You guys gotta start practicing for Iamphith, Lori. We should be putting in late nights in preparation. Oops. Oh no. Bah. Not performance today. With those intricate. Eight and a half hours of sleep. That's quite a lot. I don't think I've got that for the past number of weeks. It's been busy days. Whoa! Ugly. What was I trying to do? That was weird. I wanted to do the, could do, yeah, that's what I wanted to do, something like that. Never used to do this shaded understroke, but I've been liking it lately. I need to practice and get better at this one, cutting off the shade a little bit sooner before it goes into the downstroke. Needs a bit more work. Trying to find. There's another piece by Moderaz that I want to do. What scrapbook is that one in? Iampith Scrapbook 1? Maybe? Let's see if we can find it real quick. The one with all the K's. Where are you at, Moderaz? There's his count that they lost. Where's the K one? There it is. Kind hearts or gardens. Let's see it. Oh, can you see it? It's too bright. Kind hearts are gardens. Kind thoughts are roots. Kind words are flowers, kind deeds are fruits. I'm gonna give that one a shot, I think. I'm not gonna write this one like Moderaz, it's more so just the poem that I want to duplicate. Oh, that's not gonna work. I went too high. The next one's gonna be there. Gotta make the K shorter. If I'm only double spacing it. Oops. Okay. Yep, I put it to... Sorry, Warren, I caught it. Apologies for having it on autofocus. Every time I show my phone, I forget to put it back to manual focus again. Ooh, too big of a shade. Whoops. Another Dizzy Bunny. What does that say? My preview is too small. Welcome, new follower. And hello, 2 Dizzy Bunnies in one stream. Did any of you guys catch that name? My preview on my computer is too small to show me what the Dizzy Bunny says. Rajesh Kumar. Welcome, welcome, Rajesh Kumar. If you're here. Oof, that kid was not even on the baseline at all. Flowers, kind deeds are fruits. Rajesh, fun. Where's this going? Here. There to there. Something like that. Ugly exit oval one, or exit flourish on that one. Oopsies. Yeah, I've never written that one before. I like that one. Fun, fun, fun. Try Mataraz's signature as a bit of a challenge. Here's a good example of Mataraz's signature. Currently looking through Scrapbook. I am with Scrapbook number 1. If anybody's curious where I'm finding these current snippets. We'll do Mataraz's signature once. Or maybe a couple stabs at it. We'll see how it goes. Matching his compound curve is interesting and challenging. Okay. Two shades, so we need a fair bit of ink. Ew. Not very smooth. That oval shape. Let's do that a couple times. I want to do that with forearm movement, but I feel like it's a little bit too big. From the top of the L to the bottom of the M. I don't know if my forearm will stretch that far. I'll try. Do it smaller like that, I guess. So his is much more angled that way. Okay. I've done this one in the past a fair bit. I should remember it. I do not. That's better. Then we do he wouldn't have done his D that tall. And then he would do his S way too tall. Something like that, but with much bigger shades to make it Matarazzi. Now let's try to push into those shades a little bit more to make it a bit more Matarazzi. Ooh, nib snappy. Something like that is a little more Matarazzi, I would say. We are for now. I'm just gonna finish this page though, Fozzie, and then I'm calling it a night, I think. Just did. Oh, I forgot the little apostrophe up there. Little Matarazzi signature. We're always here, Fozzie. Always. Let's do. What do we got? What do we got? Anything else that catches my eye in this here scrapbook? Maybe we'll just do. Welcome back, Fozzie. Welcome back, Marilyn. Whoop. Oh, I was so focused on writing the word running, or writing the word hand after running. This is a sample of run-ind. Oh, we might as well hang then. We'll just swap the D and the G, because why not? Run-ind hang script. Oops. All right, everybody, I do believe. Oh, you like that art? That is a cool art. I like that one a lot. No real shade in it. But yeah, it starts at the baseline and does a reverse compound curve up to the top. There's another way that I've seen that one written, but I can't remember. I feel like I'm missing something. Can't remember. There's another way they wrote it for the running hand. What up, Jose? I've actually never tried Spencerian Lady's Hand. I've never actually, if I'm being honest, studied it enough to really know the difference. I assume I could do it. I don't know if I could do it at speed very well, because I'm also not very good at doing traditional Spencerian at speed, if I'm being honest. But no, I haven't practiced that one very much. Did I do a class on it? No, it's been taught at IAMPIT before. I think either Bob Herford or Bill Kemp taught it a number of years ago. I think Bob Herford, but I can't remember. Yeah, that R is a fun one. My favorite thing about running hand is doing the looped G into the looped H. I like doing the G into the long extended space that goes along sort of the baseline. It always feels, it seems like it would be really difficult, but for some reason that transition from a descender into an ascender, I love it. I always have. I like ascenders much more when there's a descender that comes before them. Randomly, don't really know why. I am gonna call it a night there though tonight, everybody. This was fun. I'm gonna keep working on these specimens. I'll be posting them periodically, probably more so on the Discord than on Instagram. I'm excited to put this little scrapbook together with some of work I've done in the past and try to get some of my best work. Ideally, hopefully, this scrapbook will represent the best of my ability at this stage in my penmanship journey to go into the IAMPIT auction, so I'm excited for that. But thank you very much for hanging out with me today, everybody. Please make sure that you are falling in love with the process. I won't be here next week, so sorry, but don't forget that life should be just a bit of silliness, really. Good night, everybody. Thanks again. I don't even remember how to end the stream. Here we go.